The time is 5 o'clock, and here's what news at 5. First, the top stories. Laying of new legacy by the rail track takes off for Papalanto in April. Buhari promises to revisit major federal appointments. Oshibajo backs state police force for centralized police system. Labour submits fresh demand to committee negotiating new wage. US government shut down after Congress fails to pass budget. Egypt military begins a major operation against Islamist militants. US government shut down after Congress fails to pass a budget. I am Tobi Joseph, bringing you the news in detail shortly. The laying of the standard gauge track for the new Lagos-Ibadan rail project will kick off from Ogun State in April. Under the project schedule, laying of the track will begin around Papalanto near Abeokuta and then progress towards Ibadan, the Oyo state capital. Transportation Minister Rotimi Amechi made this known while defending the budget of his ministry before the Land Transport Committee of the House of Representatives at the National Assembly, Abuja. Hundreds of villages and houses are to be demolished in Ogun State to create a right-of-way for the rail project. The minister said the new completion date of the project is the first quarter of 2019 instead of the scheduled December 2018. A final year student at the Egba Comprehensive High School at Shira Abeokuta is now in police net for engaging in cultism. He was arrested by the new vigilance group, Students Against Crime, after the routine meeting of a secret cult gang in the school premises. The student and members of his gang were said to have gained entrance into the school compound at night by creating a hole in the fence to avoid being detected by security guards. The vigilance group on Friday last week arrested a student during the morning assembly in the school premises. A teacher in the college told Roxy FM that the college authorities are finding it difficult to monitor the class activities of over 2,000 students in the college. The state government and the state chapter of the Academic Staff Union of Secondary Schools last year expressed concern about the rising population of cultists in the state's public secondary schools. President Muhammad Buhari has promised to revisit the major appointments made by his administration to redress the allegation of marginalization by a section of the country. He said such a review will be done after a compendium of all appointments made by his administration. Buhari, who spoke on the issue at a meeting at the Catholic Bishops' Conference of Nigeria at the presidential villa Abuja, however, insisted that no ethnic group is deliberately marginalized in appointments made so far. The president expressed concern about the insinuation that he is not worried about a high level of insecurity nationwide. Buhari told the bishops that he has been doing his best to stop the attacks and killings nationwide. Meanwhile, the Catholic bishops have asked President Muhammad Buhari to redeem his image in order to regain the confidence of Nigerians in his administration. President of the Catholic Bishops' Conference of Nigeria, Bishop Ignatius Kagama, at a meeting of the bishops with President Buhari, reminded him of the belief of Nigerians when he assumed office in 2015 that he is a person of integrity who will sanitize the system crippled by corruption. 3 years after, the Catholic bishops told Buhari that the goodwill is being fast eroded by what they regard as glaring failure of governance. The bishops said they will be failing in their duties as spiritual fathers and leaders if they do not give him an update on the perception of Nigerians about his government. They pleaded with the president to use his experience as a farmer and cattle owner to find a civilized solution to the ongoing farmers and herders clashes and to stop the mindless killings and violence nationwide. Vice President Yemi Shibajo has backed the growing calls for decentralization of the police structure in the country. Shibajo said the state police force is the way to go in policing Nigeria. The existing police structure, according to the Vice President, cannot effectively police the country. Shibajo, speaking at the summit of the national security organized by the Senate in Abuja, said considering a huge nation like Nigeria, policing it from the center in Abuja is not desirable. He also advocated that the number of policemen in the country need to be tripled in order to make the desired impact on the security challenges facing the country. He dismissed the insinuations in some quarters that President Muhammad Buhari, because he is a Fulani man, is not doing enough to tackle the threat posed by killer Fulani headsmen.
all other parts of our leadership in Nigeria. Everything in need of the people, everything undermines the authority of the state. This is why the suggestion sometimes that because the president is polar, there is
The organized labor has presented a revised wage demand to the tripartite committee, which is negotiating a new national monthly minimum wage for Nigerian workers. The fresh demand is above the 56,000 monthly wage demand initially presented by the labor to the committee, which has the representatives of the federal government, the organized labor and private sector, as well as the Nigerian Governors Forum as members. Acting President of the Nigerian Labour Congress (NLC), Kiri Mohammed, made this known at the Quadrennial Delegate Congress of the Niger Civil Service in Abuja. Mohammed is silent on any wage demand, but said it is about 56,000 and reflects the current reality of inflation and other economic indices. Troops have captured two members of the Fulani militia planning to attack Governor Samuel Autumn's farm and villages in the Guma local government area of Benue State. Assistant spokesman of the Army 707 Special Force Brigade, Major Labisa Yeni, said they were captured by troops during a patrol of Benjiba Iyode Road. He explained that the Fulani militia were converging for possible attack on Autumn's farm and neighboring villages when the troops approached them for their mission in the area. He, however, said that the militia opened fire on the troops, who then engaged them in fighting, during which two of them were captured, while others fled. You're still listening to the World News at 5 on Rock City 101.9 FM. Up next, we bring you foreign, business, and sport news. Please do stay with us. The US government has shut down after Congress failed to pass a key budgetary measure on time. Lawmakers had hoped to approve a new spending bill before federal funding expired at midnight, but Republican Senator Rand Paul ended hopes for a quick vote when he demanded a debate in the chamber on his amendment to maintain spending caps. In January, a similar failure to pass a bill led to a three-day government shutdown. Both the Senate and the House of Representatives need to approve the new two-year spending deal. It is not yet clear how Congress will proceed and how public services may be affected on Friday. The latest deal would raise spending caps by about $300 billion, something which Senator Paul insisted he could not support. Egypt's military said it has begun a major security operation in areas including the rest of northern Sinai Peninsula, where Islamic militants are most active. Army spokesman Colonel Tamar El-Rifai said the operation, which started on Friday and involved army and police officers, also covered central Sinai, Egypt and Nile Delta, and the western desert along the porous border with Libya. El-Rifai said the operation is targeting terrorists and criminal elements and organizations. Militant attacks have increased dramatically in Egypt since the military's 2013 ouster of the elected Islamist government. Four Ugandan government officials have been suspended amid allegations of inflating refugee figures. According to The Guardian, the country's commissioner for refugees, Apollo Kazungo, and three of his senior staff are being investigated for alleged collusion with the United Nations and the World Food Programme. The Ugandan Daily Monitor, which first reported the allegations, said the issue was first raised with the UN country representative, Rosa Malango. The newspaper says she raised three issues, including doubtful numbers of refugees, the tracking of women and children, and fraud. One sports check found just 7,000 people when they were reported to be 26,000 needing aid, leading to questions about where the money and resources for the missing 19,000 were going. Uganda is said to be hosting around 1.4 million refugees within its borders, coming from conflict-ravaged countries like the Democratic Republic of Congo and South Sudan. In business, the Nigerian Broadcasting Commission (NBC) has notified MultiChoice DSTV and GoTV that the licenses will not be renewed when it expires next year. The license is scheduled to expire in June 2019. The Commission, in a letter to MultiChoice, said the decision is in line with the white paper on the digital switchover. The Commission explains that the only option remaining for MultiChoice after June 19, 2019 is for it to approach a licensed signal distribution company, Pinnacle Communication, or ITS. Nigeria National Petroleum Corporation (NNPC) said it would take delivery of 100 million liters of imported petrol daily for the rest of this month to end the queues at filling stations nationwide. NNPC spokesman Undu Ugamadu, who made this known in a statement, said they will be used to boost the national fuel strategic reserve. For instance, Ugamadu explains that 45 million liters, which NNPC took delivery of on Wednesday, had raised its stock to 756 million liters. According to him, the 756 million liters could meet the nation's petrol demand for 22 days at 35 million liters daily. Finally, in the World News at 5, Sport News. Nigerian striker Henry Onyekuru has been honored with the Most Promising Player of the Year award at Belgium's 64th Golden Shoe Gala. The event on Wednesday night saw the Anderlecht striker claim 219 points in the poll to see off competitions from rivals Hassan Bandes pulling 162 and Landry Di Mata pulling 128 points. Onyekuru is on loan at Anderlecht from parent club Everton, who bought the player on the strength of his performances for Cassie Pen last season. Winners in other categories were Ronde Voma, winning the Golden Shoe Award, Felix Mazu, winning the Coach of the Year Award, Lovren Kalinic, the Goalkeeper of the Year, Janice Cayman, Golden Shoe, the Women category, and Eden Hazard of Chelsea, Best Belgian Player Abroad. That was the One News at 5, and just before we go, the major stories once again. Lane of new Lagos Ibadan rail track takes off from Papalanto in April. Buhari promises to revisit major federal appointments. Oshibajo backed state police force faults centralized police system. Labour submits fresh demand to committee negotiating new wage. We also told you that the US government has shut down after Congress failed to pass a budget. We also told you that Egypt's military has begun major operation against Islamist militants. For more stories and to listen to us live, please log on to our website at www.rockcityfmradio.com/live. Thank you so much for listening. I am Tobi Joseph. Good evening.